This is Shawn from WOD, and I'm with Chris Bassett, the Masterpiece. And you are watching WOD on the Boom broadcast. Let's go. Hello, friends, and welcome to this edition of WOD Wrestling of Destiny right here on the Boom Broadcasting. And it is time to officially kick off 2026 and the road to WrestleMania, because we're at one of my favorite premium live events, the Royal Rumble. I seen a flyer go up on the Facebook the other day that says, if you're old school, you had 4 seasons: winter, Royal Rumble; spring, WrestleMania; summer, SummerSlam; and fall, Survivor Series. Those are the big 4 by WWE. I grew up watching them from the 80s all the way up to now, and now it is time for my 2026 Royal Rumble predictions right here of what I think is going to happen in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, when the Royal Rumble takes place at morning time for all of us people over here in the States, which will be nighttime over there. I cannot wait. Let's jump into the first match, the Women's Royal Rumble. It's in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, so we know we want to go ahead, for lack of better words, get the Women's Royal Rumble match pretty much done first, because we have a lot to build up, and the Women's Royal Rumble match is going to feature a lot of great talent from the WWE SmackDown roster, WWE Raw roster, NXT roster, TNA roster, maybe some surprise legends, maybe some surprises from smaller promotions that WWE works with: Reality of Wrestling, MLW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, the kind of field of 30 women. Could be somebody from New Japan if they want to go that way. Could be somebody from the NWA as a wild card. We don't know, but we know the main 3 plus 4 will be SmackDown, Raw, NXT, and a good chance TNA. So here are my people who I think will be the surprises that you'll see in this Royal Rumble women's match to kick off Royal Rumble 2026. The first one, Brie Mode. You got to have 30 people to make the Royal Rumble work. So Brie can be a good filler to bring in. She'll get a little pop, little twin magic, her and her sister in there in the ring at the same time, doing a little okie doke twin magic on you. So that'll be a good little small pop. The next one, who will tear the roof off? Bianca Belair. Bianca's back. She's for injury. They've been waiting for the right moment. The Royal Rumble is always a great time to bring people back that's been injured. So I see Bianca coming back in the Royal Rumble. Another one, you need a legend. How about some stratification, baby? How about a little rock and roll with one of my favorite wrestlers from my younger era, Trish Stratus? Trish is in great shape. Trish looks good every time she's in the ring. She is one of the legends that can go with this group of women that's on the roster right now and still have a good 4 to 5 star match. So I expect Trish to be our legend to come out in the Royal Rumble match. Now, I know Brie's a Hall of Famer, but I don't classify Brie as a legend like I classify Trish, because Brie was in my adulthood. Trish was in my high school years. Next one, Zoe Stark. Zoe come back for injury. Another one of those ladies who can come in, have a good little run in the Rumble, fill one of those 30 spots. So you probably see Z Starks back for injury. Now, when I look at NXT, several ladies you can bring in from NXT. You got Jada, you got Lola Vice, several ladies you can bring in. But the one who stands out the most is Blake Monroe. If you want to get people who watch the mainstream product over to NXT, you bring out a Blake Monroe, who people will remember from her AEW run over there at AEW. So Blake Monroe will be a good one to see in the Royal Rumble. Now, if you look at my wild card, it would be the NWA Women's Heavyweight Champion, who is Natalia Markova. If they really want to do something, I keep saying the NWA needs a little more eyes on the product. This is a good chance to work with Triple H, work with WWE, send over our heavyweight champ to compete in the Women's Royal Rumble. Now, you got to remember, there is a backdoor agreement with WWE and the NWA because Natalya has worked, Natty Neidhart has worked a few matches for the NWA while she's still signed to WWE. So there's a good chance for the NWA to use this as exposure to get more people to start watching their product on Roku TV so that people can start watching that. Now, my TNA pick will be no other than Rosemary. I think TNA will send Rosemary. She's been competing a lot on NXT, representing TNA. So she will be my TNA pick to come to this year's Royal Rumble. Now, time for my runner-up and my winner. My runner-up, Bianca Belair. Yes, Bianca Belair is the runner-up in this year's Royal Rumble. Now, who is my winner? No other than, watch me, Liv Morgan continues her Hall of Fame career that she's building. Liv has done a lot. This will be another notch under the belt. And when she walks away in maybe 10 to 15 more years, you'll look back and say she's a first-round ballot Hall of Famer. Liv Morgan wins the Royal Rumble 2026. Gotta remember, Liv has had great success over there in Saudi Arabia by winning the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. Would be nice if she came out with that title on her shoulder into that match, since she is the Crown Jewel champ. Now we got to have a match to calm us down, because we had a great Royal Rumble, a lot of high flying the women put on the show. Every year, the Women's Royal Rumble sometimes outdoes the Men's Royal Rumble. And that's what I'm predicting this year, that the women once again set the tone for the Royal Rumble and maybe outdo the men again. So I go to my match, and I'm going to my WWE match. A lot of people say put AJ and Gunther right here. No, I don't feel like you want to do that right now, because I feel like you want to save AJ and Gunther for either the main event or either the match before the Royal Rumble, Men's Royal Rumble. So I go to Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. Big match for Sami. The question going into everything is, can Sami win the big one? Will this be Sami Zayn's night? Unfortunately, as bad as I want my boy Sami, the underdog from the underworld, he is this version and this era's Ricky Morton from the Rock and Roll Express. If you don't know who the Rock and Roll Express is, Robert Gibson and Ricky Morton, go watch some of those matches on YouTube against the Midnight Express, because Sami Zayn sells just like Ricky Morton. You can see the pain in his face as he's trying to make a comeback. That's how Sami sells. That's why I like Sami so much, because he's just a great seller when he's working as a babyface. But unfortunately, he's my guy. He does not conquer Drew McIntyre. I just feel like if Drew would have won the title a few months ago, maybe he'd be on month 7 or 8, this could be a big win for Sami to win the title. But I just feel like not right now. Sami continues that can he win the big one moment and does not win the big one to beat Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre retains the WWE Championship. So now we're down to the last 2 matches, but I'm going to take a brief timeout before I go those 2 matches, because I got to get on a soapbox right quick and talk to WWE. Triple H and all the people in creative. You're killing me, Smalls. And you know why? I know you watch Boom Broadcast, Triple H, so please get out your notepad and take some handy-dandy notes like your boy do. We're not having a tag team match, a tag team title match. Growing up in that era where we had territories, where we had WCW, we always had at least a tag team championship match or a tag team match of a good showcase of 2 teams. Having this program, and I know the Royal Rumble, it takes up time. You got to at least allot 45 minutes to an hour and 15, an hour and 30 for the Rumble match. You have to do that. But nowhere on the card you can squeeze in a tag team match, a tag team title match, anything for us people who are fans of tag team wrestling like myself. Come on, Triple H. You're killing me. We could have had it. We did not get it. I think that we should have some form of tag team wrestling because it's starting to be said in WWE, tag team wrestling is starting to become a lost art. Now, AEW and TNA are doing tag team wrestling very well, but in WWE, it's becoming a lost art. And I really wish you could have had the New Day versus the Usos. You could have had anybody, especially the New Day and Usos, would have been a good tag team filler match. That could have been a great breaking point after Drew and Sammy to get us ready for the men's Rumble match. Both of those teams can tear the house down. Great chance, bad opportunity that we missed it. Very disappointing WWE. Now, to our men's Royal Rumble match. We got a lot of people that's going to be in this match because with WWE, we got to figure out some TNA people, some AAA people. We didn't have that many ladies from AAA in the women's Royal Rumble match. We may get one lady from AAA. We may, but I think they're going to focus more on the NXT roster to filter out the 30 people. Now, with the men's roster, you got to factor in TNA, WWE SmackDown roster, WWE Monday Night roster, NXT, and you got to save spots from TNA because you feel like TNA wants to have a representative there. And if I'm the NWA, hey, I'm trying to send my guy over there to put eyes on the products. So here's who I feel will be some of the surprise entrants in the 30 men participating in the Royal Rumble. Number one, Chad Gable, coming back as a babyface. Remember that match with him and Gunther? He tore the house down. And then he went on this El Grande Americano thing that was going in the right direction. He got injured. Now, with that injury, Ludwig Kaiser has did a great job taking the El Grande Americano to the next level. I think he took it to a level where Gable may could have not have got it to because Gable may could have stalled out at where it was going. Kaiser has been able to take it to another level that just impresses me every week. Gable's coming back. Gable should look very strong in this match. He signed to the main roster. We've been seeing promos and visualettes of him coming. It's time for the ruler to show up. Obafemi, that's a no-brainer. He has to be at the Rumble. Now, from AAA, if you got Oba, you need another giant. Because WWE loves having that giant versus giant face-off in the Royal Rumble. You go get Omos, who left WWE, went to the Indies, got signed back to WWE, but was sent to AAA, where he's been doing good work at AAA. A lot of people forgot he won the AAA version of the Royal Rumble in AAA on their first ever premium live event under the WWE flagship. This is a good place to introduce Obafemi and Omos and have that big face-off right there that WWE loves to have in these type of matches. Now, who else can you bring from the AAA? You want to get the crowd going? Bring La Parka. La Parka will get people energetic. Now, will La Parka work over here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia? I'm not for sure because I don't know how many of those fans watch AAA like we do over here in the States. I know they can get it, but are they kind of up to speed of AAA like we are? So La Parka would be good because he would get the crowd energetic. I feel like if this was in the States, California somewhere, oh man, when they hear La Parka, house would go crazy. Same thing for Mr. Iguana. Another person you could bring, but how would he fare over there with this Saudi Arabia crowd versus being over in the States or being in Mexico where people know both of these two guys? So those are my wild cards right there from AAA. Also, you can bring Valkyno. I think Valkyno will come. I really think out of Mr. Iguana and La Parka, Valkyno has the better chance of being in the Royal Rumble just because it's in Saudi Arabia. And I feel like they know more people know him than they know Mr. Iguana and La Parka. So I think we will see Valkyno over there. Now, we got to go to TNA because TNA has to have somebody. Mike Santana or either Leon Slater. You got to have somebody from TNA. Why not send the TNA World Heavyweight Champ, Mike Santana? Why not send the TNA X Division Champ, who was just on SmackDown a few weeks ago in the U.S. Open Challenge versus Carmelo Hayes, Leon Slater? Hey, why not send Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, the TNA Tag Champs, in the Royal Rumble? So one of those four could come. Maybe Nick Nema's the most wanted man, formerly known as Dolph Ziggler. One of them could come from TNA. So those are my TNA picks right there who I think we could see. And a dark horse from TNA would be Moose. If you couldn't get Omos, you could get Moose and Obafemi for that big face-off that they love to have. Do I think it's going to be Omos because he signed to the WWE programming? Yes. But would you want to add in Moose to kind of give us a little, oh, wow, WWE, hey, Dolphins Club, Obafemi, Moose, Omos, 3 big guys from 3 different promotions all in the ring at the same time, facing off? Yes. And the wild cards right here are freshly released Y2J Chris Jericho. Don't think it's happening just because it's not in the States. I think if it was in the States, Jericho would definitely be coming. I think Jericho's coming, but not right now. More of a WrestleMania Elimination Chamber is when we may see Jericho Money in the Bank somewhere around there. I just don't think the Rumble in Saudi Arabia is worth them bringing Jericho, because you got to remember, it isn't like the States where you can catch a flight and be snuck around. We're leaving the United States or Canada, wherever you're residing, flying into real Saudi Arabia. You got to go through customs passport, all that good stuff. It's going to get leaked out. If somebody sees Chris Jericho at the airport flying to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, they're going to say he's in the Rumble match. I would say Jericho is away. Now, my other dark horse is NWA. Like I said earlier about the NWA Women's Champ, Natalya. Same thing with the Men's Champ, who is Silas Match. If Billy Corgan wants to get people on the NWA product, continue figuring out how to work out this partnership with the WWE by getting your champ in the Royal Rumble match as a surprise entrance to put eyes on your product. I've been saying that every year. It has not happened. I think it is the best way for the NWA to grow their product and get people on their product watching them. So it's time for my winners. And this is hard, because so many people are in this match. Cody going for the 3-piece, something that Stone Cold done. Roman Reigns going to win his second one. Randy's going to be in there. Sammy's going to be in there. Gunther's going to be in there. You know, all these people. Gunther had a great run last year. He was a runner-up and got thrown out. All these great people are going to be in there. Main event, Jey Uso. All these people. LA Knight looking for his big win. But who does it come down to? My runner-up. Say his name, people. He will appear. Joe Hendry is the runner-up in the WWE Royal Rumble. And the question is, who eliminates Joe Hendry? No other than they're going to start barking, them dogs. Braun Breaker eliminates Joe Hendry to win the Royal Rumble and begin the campaign of taking on CM Punk again at WrestleMania, winning that World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, having his big moment at Mania, winning a title in front of everybody. Those are my picks right there for the Rumble. Those are my surprise interests. Legends, I don't think we're going to get that many legends in the Men's Royal Rumble, just because we have so many people we can filter through: NXT, TNA, WWE Monday Night Raw roster, SmackDown roster. There's just so many people you can filter. Some people you can bring in from the indies, from reality wrestling, Booker T's promotion, other places. Just don't think you're going to get that many legends. Maybe one. You may get a Booker T, somebody like that, just for a little legend spot to get a pop, but I don't think so, because with AAA and all these other promotions, it's just so many people they can bring in now to filter out the 30-man Royal Rumble. Now, to the main event, and this should be the main event if the Men's Royal Rumble is not the main event. This should be the main event. The career match. Growing up in the territories, when a wrestler was getting ready to leave to go to another promotion, they built up this programming because they knew the wrestler was leaving, whether it was a babyface or a heel. They knew they were leaving to go to a rival territory that you wouldn't see no more, and they'll wrestle over in the NWA in the Carolinas, maybe heading to Memphis. We didn't get Memphis on the TV. Could be heading to Florida. Could be heading down to New York, up there to WWL back then. Could be heading out to Texas, to AWA, all those different places. Could be heading out there to PWA, out there in the Marisola with the Rocks family. Could be heading anywhere. So you had a loser leaves town match or retirement career match that if you beat me, I retire. Now, the thing about loser leaves towns were when the loser lost, you knew 9 out of 10 they were going to wrestle for another promotion. You felt it. You felt it. Retirement match, you could do the same thing, but now it's hard to do retirement matches because You can retire in WWE. You go to AEW, TNA, you can do Japan, you can go work the Indies. You can do so much now. But in the territories, when you left town, there was no more sighting of you until you got on the main program, WWF back then. We said, hey, I remember that guy. He was over there at NWA in the territory, wrestling in Charlotte. Now he's with WWF. Hey, good. Hey, congratulations, proud. Same thing with the lady. Congratulations, proud. But this match right here is a retirement match of Gunther versus AJ Styles. And AJ Styles, a photo dropped that said, we've been watching the retirement match, the retirement tour of AJ Styles started in 2025 when he announced 2026 will be his last year of wrestling. He didn't give us a date like John Cena. John Cena said December 2025, I will be done. AJ just said 2026 will be my last date of wrestling. This is going to be a hard match. So much has been building up that you feel like Gunther's going to retire AJ. I feel like this is not a swerve. This is not a Mark Henry swerve again with John Cena when Mark said he was retiring and then he had a few more matches and had another 4 or 5 year career that went on in WWE. Feel like this is it for AJ. AJ will lose this match. And why AJ will lose this match? Because AJ will officially retire in TNA in 2026. I just feel like him retiring in WWE is not it. He has to go to TNA. He needs to win that TNA world title one more time, have a nice 3 to 4 month title reign, and then retire out. I feel like this is the startup to the AJ Styles return back to TNA saga right now in 2026, wrapping up his illustrious career. He finishes things at WWE. He loses. He can still be signed to WWE and be working in TNA under his WWE contract with the partnership. This is it. This is the easiest way to get him off of WWE by having him lose to Gunther, come out and say, I'm retired, but guess what? I'm retired in WWE, and come back and show up in TNA. This is what I think is going to happen. AJ said this is it. I really believe this is it for him. I just think this is it for him under the WWE flagship. And even if AJ finds a way to beat Gunther, and I just don't think right now Gunther's going to get beat. He retired Cena. He ran through the John Cena Open Challenge Tournament. He retired Bill Goldberg. I just don't think with Gunther winning all these matches, got to remember, Gunther has not lost since Mania last year when he lost against Jey Uso. Since he's come back, he's been undefeated, has not lost a match. I just feel like right now, as hot as Gunther is, they're not going to pull the plug on him and waste this hot run he's on by having him retire Goldberg and Cena to waste it on losing a match to AJ. This is it for AJ. AJ's gone. And if AJ finds a way to win, I still think AJ is working his way to TNA to have the official retirement in TNA. Now, good thing about retirement matches is AEW got it right. You can win your retirement match. WWE has this mentality that your retirement match you should lose. AEW showed us you can win a retirement match. I feel like, hey, if you want to keep AJ going on this programming, you're going to hurt Gunther by having him beat Gunther, but it could set Gunther back up for another chance to retire AJ. So it's a lot going on, but I think on Saturday, this will be the last AJ Styles match we see under the WWE flagship banner. Those are my predictions right there for you on WOD. Enjoy your Royal Rumble. Drop your predictions right here in the prediction box, and we'll see you at the Royal Rumble, breaking down everything that happened at the Rumble, setting up the official road to WrestleMania. Till then, this is Shawn, and I'm out.